almost all right. Everything was almost all right with this whole PFA thing, apart from one pretty glaring miss. Let's talk about it. Everything was almost pretty good here. Almost everything was right here. Almost everything, man. So I suppose so. Yes. So remember, this is the PFA Players Association, and this is about him at City. It's not about England because we'll get to the Euros. This is about his season last season, and I think he could have had many different winners. But when you look at it's being Man City, the names you put out is either Rodri or Foden, because those were the standout players. But then it's attacks, offensive attacks. Even if we know how important Rodri is and how vital he is, Foden, this is really his big breakout season as an option A guy, not a secondary guy. He was a wifey this season, not a side chick. So being the role of wifey, he was a good wifey. He was a good main character. No longer is he an NPC. He's now a main playable character. He's now central to the storyline. And he said, what's up? He was very important in City clinching their 4 in a row in the Churchill League. So I'm cool with it, because again, we have to keep in mind, this is Foden for City. Not for England. We'll get to England afterwards. This is Foden for City. Foden for City said, what's up? He was good. He was money. And he really showed the Premier League and even to the world that, I'm that dude. It's one thing to perform as a part-time player. It's one thing to perform as a side chick. But when you're given the responsibility and the pressure to be a starter and a main guy for a club as big as City and as demanding as a manager as Pep, that is a different kind of a pressure that not many players can fulfill. He fulfilled it and he passed with flying colors. So he does deserve the award for the work that he did. Young Player of the Year. 100%. Obviously. No doubt. Cole Palmer had an outstanding season, and Cole Palmer surprised everybody. He surprised me. Hands up! Sloppy seconds. I called him sloppy seconds. I said, why are Chelsea, 2-time UCL winner, 2-time Europa League winner, why is one of the biggest clubs in the world, Chelsea, getting Man City and Pep Fraudiola's sloppy seconds? I insulted him. I abused him. I mocked him. Proved me wrong. And I am happy I was proven wrong. Trust me, I was joyful. If ever I could ever want to be proven wrong, was how Palmer proved me wrong. Because he was way better than I thought he was. Superb. And had an absolutely incredible season in what was a very destructive and problematic environment at Chelsea Football Club, which still is a problematic environment, hence why Poch left. So, despite the distractions, despite the turmoil and the back and forth and the manager fighting with owners and the misdirection, what this kid was able to do despite all that, that's Dodd. That's Doy. That's Doy. So, shout out to your boy, Cole Palmer. And look, you're good when an Olympic gold medalist is copying as your celebration. Trust me. Shout out to Tebogo from Botswana, 200-meter gold medal winner. Before he came out, this is now a thing. This is now a thing. Like, people now say, no, bro, this is now the celebration. Too cold. Cold Palmer. Too cold. So he's already become iconic. So he already has this iconic status to him. He's black. Look, his grandfather's dark skin. Okay, I said it. Sue me, guys. Sue me. I don't care. His grandfather is dark-skinned. what I'm saying? So shout out to your boy Colby. Shout out to your boy Colby. This is where it gets tricky. Now, guys, I get it. I understand. Please hear me when I say this. Please hear me when I say this. This is about what they did in domestic season. I don't want to... So please be very clear. Foden deserved the award. He deserved the award. Because we have to look at what are you critiquing? You're critiquing the football season. Specifically for what he did at Man City. And for that, Foden deserves it. But perception is still perception. It's just a little bit awkward that the PFA Player of the Year produced an all-time disaster class at the Euros. I.e., in every single game he played in, he was garbage. He sold fruit. He went to Germany and sold fruit in all the different German cities. You want an apple? Do you want a pear? Do you want an orange? I don't know whether a tomato is a vegetable or a fruit, but who cares? Do you want a tomato? So he sold fruit for all games in Germany for England. He was garbage. He was terrible. He was atrocious. He invented a new position. He was a false 10. I know a false 9. Foden gave birth to a new position known as a false 10. So I get it. This is about City. It's about City. But it's just odd that the guy carrying that award was terrible and was a Class C, borderline Class B break at the Euros. A tournament where he just said, what's up? Because the issue is he was so good for City. That's why it was like, oh my gosh, this guy is going to have a crazy tournament because he was so good for City. He had his best season, was looking amazing, was looking great. The expectation was, my gosh, Foden is going to rip this Euros apart. I thought he was going to be one of the best players at the Euros. So the expectation was high. So from what he did at City, where he was amazing, he was stupendous, he was incredible. He really was that dude. Remember that goal he scored against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu? He was superb. So it just depends on where he went from a tier 1 player to a fruit seller. Just didn't make any sense. And it's also even extra when... I don't want to compare. I don't want to do this back and forth. I don't want to do it. But a dude had that season for Chelsea, despite what he had to work with. And a dude off the bench did what he did for England. Assist in the semi-final, equalizer in the final. He hit the 2 flex. I get it. This is about the season, but he hit the 2 flex. So for those players and people who are voting, therein lies how this guy did the 2 flex. So please riddle me this. How does a guy that did the 2 flex, how does a guy who did the 2 flex not get into the team of the season? Riddle me this. So you got Raya. Cool, yeah. Saliba, yes. Van Dijk, okay. Gabriel, yes, because Gabriel and Saliba they were so superb. Walker, okay. Rodri, Rice, Haaland. So Rodri, yes. Rice, yes. Odegaard for sure, yes. Haaland, look at his goals. He's a trick, look at his goals. Foden, Watkins. You see, all those guys, they deserve to be there. But someone needs to leave for Cole Palmer. They all deserve to be there, but someone needs to leave for Cole Palmer. And because we're now looking at the front 3 now. Haaland has scored too many goals. Foden and Haaland have to be there. So I am looking at Watkins, who had a great season for Aston Villa, and he was critical for Aston Villa getting fourth. So please make no mistake, Watkins was amazing. But we have to apply context when we're voting. Watkins was damn good. Cole Palmer was exceptional. So there are levels to this. Watkins, if there's a team of the year with a bench, well, Watkins is the first name on the bench. First name on the bench, 100%. Watkins was superb for Villa. Superb, clutch. But, because here's my thing again, I don't want to compare. Shout out to your boy Foden. Shout out to your boy Foden. 19 goals, 8 assists, 19 non-penalty goals. Damn good. 6 goals from outside the box, 2 free kick goals, 2 hat tricks. That's good. And you know what I like about that's why I like this whole thing, because not all goals are the same. Again, side note, guys, look at how many goals that Andy Cole scored, and keep in mind he only took 1 penalty. Do your Googles and look up how many goals that Andy Cole scored. And keep in mind, he only scored 1 penalty. Just keep that in mind. So the fact that those are 19 non-penalty goals, very impressive. 6 goals from outside the box, very impressive. So this is super impressive. Again, deserved winner of the award. But I just want people I just want to talk to him about my boy here. All competitions, 45 games, 25 goals, 15 assists. Now, keep in mind, a lot of those were penalties. Those were penalties. But I've watched the games. I've seen the goals. I've seen those assists. I've seen those passes. But, you see, I'm not a stats man. But stats should just be used as a foundation. So let's just use it as a foundation. Oh, those numbers look cool. Now let's apply context. Context is, we saw the games. We watched him play. We saw what he had to work with, Nico Jackson. We saw the garbage he had to work with, Sterling. So, Foden, you're working with Haaland. You're working with Bernardo Silva. You're working with KDB. Cole Palmer's having to work with freaking Nico Jackson, Sterling, Madueke. You're working with fruit sellers. So to be able to even get this assist and get these goals and be able to be this effective with a dysfunctional team, a dysfunctional management, a dysfunctional environment, that's damn good. So again, I asked the members of the jury. Because 100%, I am glad that he won the Young Player Award. So I'm glad just like that Denzel meme, I'm walking away with something. So I'm happy that he walked away with something, that he did not leave empty-handed. But as much as he'll be happy to have that, Palmer will be saying to himself that I didn't make Team of the Year. So you're looking at the best 11 in the Premier League, and I'm not in it. Because again, everyone, you see, the thing about Walker, so it was Walker there. I hate when they do this one, because I'm trying to say to myself that, so who's playing left back? Because Saliba, Van Dijk, and Gabriel, correct me if I'm wrong, those are all centre backs, I believe. Hold on. Oh, no, because I thought I had the positions there. No. So those are all centre backs. Sorry, Van Dijk, Saliba, and Gabriel are centre backs. Walker is a right back. So, okay, fine. Was Raya the best keeper last season? I'm just putting out that question. Was it the best keeper last season? The midfield is cool. I'm Rodri, Rice, Odegaard. I'm cool with that midfield. Rodri, superb. One of arguably City's most important player. Rice, again, forget what he did for England. Rice was great for Arsenal. He was superb for Arsenal, and he showed you how important he was for Arsenal. Odegaard, from me, and I did the video, Odegaard had a strong argument to be one of the best players of the season. Like, remember, we're living in a world, because see, here's the thing. Foden is not a number 10. He doesn't do what a number 10 is supposed to do. He's a quality, amazing player, and he's very effective in a goal-scoring, attacking sense, but he doesn't do what the number 10 is supposed to do. See, I'm old school. I come from the school of Totti. I come from the school of Kaka and those guys where also the natural number 10s. Odegaard is a proper number 10 where he's playmaking, he's creating, he's executing through balls. He's trying to be a Geppetto puppeteer for his offensive players. So for what Odegaard did in terms of his goal scoring and his playmaking, I'm like, bro, he had an argument to be player of the season. He had an argument. You could have a debate of Odegaard being player of the season. So he was superb. Bro, Haaland scored 20-something goals. Sorry. Haaland is, again, I'm old school. Haaland is a striker. He scores goals. I'm not here about, his touch. No. He's a striker. He scored a lot of goals. Yes, he deserves to be there. Foden, one of the best players of the season. So the name I'm looking at is Watkins. Watkins deserves to be on this team, but he does not deserve to be on it ahead of Cole Palmer. And Watkins, he deserves to be on the team based on what he did. He doesn't deserve to be on the team based on all those other players. So he doesn't deserve to be there ahead of Haaland or Foden. But are you saying that Watkins does not deserve to be? Are you saying that Cole Palmer does not deserve to be on this team over Watkins? Again, Watkins was amazing. And see, Watkins and Palmer, it's similar. Dysfunctional team with Chelsea, bro, Villa getting fourth was shocking. So Chelsea underachieved. Villa overachieved. So what is in Watkinson's corner is I was pivotal in helping a team overachieve. Villa's aim wasn't fourth. It wasn't fourth. And with the amounts of matches they won where they shouldn't have won, thinking of that Arsenal game of the Emirates near the end of the season, Watkins was huge. So Watkins has a strong case. But I'm sorry, what Palmer was able to do in his first season with a new team and his first season as a starter, and also what he had to work with, because yes, Villa overachieved. Emery is a fantastic manager, and that was a well-functioning team. So that team was very well coached. Chelsea was dysfunctional. Chelsea is still dysfunctional. So within all that dysfunctional stuff, you take Watkins out of Villa, 5th, 6th, maybe 7th. You take Palmer out of Chelsea, we are fighting relegation. So that's how I rationalize it. You take Watkins out of Villa, so you take him away, his goals, his influence, 6th, 7th, perhaps. You take Palmer out of Chelsea. Based on just how influential he was, Chelsea are fighting relegation. That was the joke everybody was making throughout the season. That, bro, if Palmer was not at Chelsea, Chelsea would be fighting relegation. Based on just how Watkins was very key for Villa. Palmer carried Chelsea. One guy carried the team to where they were. Another guy was a very important piece amongst other important pieces for his team. So that's my rationale, man. But still, your boy walks away with something. But so all in all, the team of the year, I'm cool with it. Apart from I think Palmer should be in there. Foden winning the Player of the Year award, despite him being a brick for England, based on what he did for City, 100% deserved, because that was his full-on breakout season, and he deserved it based on just how exceptional he was for the Man City. Think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.